Hi folks. So, okay. There are a lot of people in Florida right now who are very, very concerned about a hurricane. Yeah. And various other wind conditions. Indeed. The reality is, they can choose to focus on the problem. In which case, some may even die through terror. If you focus on the problem, yeah. If you hear every gust of wind and you think it's coming through your house or your home, you think it's coming to kill you, then yes. Or you can focus on the solution, which is God. That doesn't mean that the wind will stop. It just means that you're focusing on God, which means that you're not stressing during the whole thing. You're calm. Despite the storm that's going on outside, because that's exactly what standing is. You've got a storm going on and you're facing that storm with calmness. And so, yeah. This is what I wish for the people out there, is that they can just stand. Just focus on the solution and just understand that when they focus on God, the bad things don't necessarily stop happening, but they stop being impacted by it. And so, yeah. That's what I hope for people. Now, something that I was speaking to God about yesterday was this point of giving your life to God, and yeah, absolutely and totally giving your life to God. Something you can't do really until you have been broken, because you have to understand what giving your life to God really means. It's about having your nature being changed to His, and yeah, when you realise you've got to let go of control, and you give that control to God. Something God said to me yesterday was actually really nice, though, about that. He was saying, look, the reality is that your life needs to be controlled, needs to be under control of my nature. But if you have my nature, then you have the control of your life, because your life is still under my nature. And that's the point. It's not about God controlling us like puppets. Puppets on a string. Sandy Shore song. Yeah. It's not about that. But what it is about is our lives being under His nature. And therefore, yeah, when we're young as a son, then you have to realise you have to give it everything to Him, because your nature is still not His nature yet. But when He's changing you, parts of your nature will be His nature. So therefore, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be losing everything for your life and all the control. It's about your life being under His nature. And if you have His nature, then your life is still under His nature. So yeah, that's a good point. That's something, because of course, there was that point I was speaking to God yesterday about the fact that there's a lot of people who won't like the idea of giving their life to you, and what that means, giving up control. And that's when God says, well, they're not really giving up control, are they? They're giving up their nature for mine. And that's the point. Well, it's like that song. That song Jealous by Timberlake. In part of the song it says, I want every bit of you because I'm selfish. It's like, well, no, with God, he wants every bit of you because we need that. We need that. We need that. He doesn't need it. We need it. We need to give everything to him. We need that. Yeah. Well. As I say, the reason why I just went because I was thinking that so many people that they're trying to play church and they think that playing church is the way. It's just so far from it. It really is. As I say, you are supposed to go to church so that you can come from being someone who doesn't understand God to someone who actually understands the spiritual ways, and also what happened in the past and what the Lord did, why he did it, etc., 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 and who he is and who the Father is and who you are, and then go through the Lord to the Father, and then you have a relationship with the Father. And that was the point of everything. But the church stopped right at the bottom, telling people what happened. Boom, they stopped. They thought that was their job, just telling people what happened. They completely stopped. Yet no, that's just the beginning. That's only supposed to be the beginning of what church does. It's supposed to take people through from that to that. And it didn't. It just stopped. It's, as I say, it's like having children coming into school and everyone stops at 4 years old. Well, say 6 years old. At 6 years old, the level of teaching and understanding people have at 6, that's when they stop. That's what church has done. They've stopped there. And it's like, why? Why there? I don't know, but it is what it is. I suppose it's enough to trap people. I suppose that's the point. It's enough to get people to think they're on the right path, even though they're on the wrong one. And so, there you go. It's what it is. Right, so you take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Be a blessing, be blessed. Bye-bye.